Why are homes so cheap in Cleveland? Well, it's a question I get very often. And today I'm going to be breaking it down in a way simple and clear so you're going to walk away knowing the real reasons behind Cleveland's market in 2025. I'm Haley Connors, your local Northeast Ohio realtor and relocation expert. I help buyers and sellers make smart moves in Northeast Ohio, and today we'll be digging into why Cleveland real estate is one of the most affordable in the country. First, we're going to be covering a quick history lesson on Cleveland's housing market. Then we'll be comparing prices here to the rest of the country. And then we'll be looking at jobs, cost of living, and taxes. And we're also going to be talking about how people moving in and out of Cleveland affects our prices. Then we'll look at what's likely to happen in the future, and by the end of the video, you're going to know exactly why Cleveland homes are affordable and why that's actually a good thing. Because many people assume cheap homes mean bad neighborhoods or a weak economy, but that's not the case here. Cleveland has unique factors that keep prices low while still giving residents a strong quality of life. And I'm going to be breaking these down step by step so you can clearly see the whole picture. So first, let's dive into Cleveland's past. Cleveland used to be a big factory city. I'm talking steel, cars, shipping, you name it. But in the second half of the 1900s, a lot of those jobs had left. And as you can imagine, when those jobs left, so did a bunch of people. That meant more houses than buyers, which pushed prices way down. Now, if we fast forward into today, Cleveland is not the same city it was back then. We've now rebuilt our economy around healthcare, schools, and new industries. Places like Cleveland Clinic and Case Western are major employers now. That change made our housing market steadier. Even though prices stayed much lower compared to other big cities, this long history of population loss still affects housing today because we have more homes than people in some areas. Unlike hot cities that can't build fast enough, Cleveland has plenty of supply, which prevents bidding wars. It also means first-time buyers can find solid homes with stretching their budget to the breaking point. Now, in some cities, there are still going to be bidding wars, of course, and a lot of people bidding on the houses, but that just means there's inventory free in other cities. Now, let's compare. Back in 2024, the home price in Cleveland was around $210,000. Now, compare that to the national average, it's closer to $400K. Now, in cities like New York or Los Angeles, you're looking at $700K to over $1 million for a typical house. Now, another big piece is going to be income. Clevelanders spend less of their paycheck on housing than people in other places. That means more money left over for groceries, gas, or saving. So when people call Cleveland cheap, it's not a fluke. It's a steady long-term trend built into how our housing market works and how it compares to other big cities. Now, if you earn over $60K a year in Cleveland, you might barely scrape by in Cali, but in Cleveland, you can buy a home and still have some money left. This gap between home prices and income is one of the clearest reasons Cleveland is seen as affordable. It's not that the homes are bad, it's that they've priced in line with local wages instead of national averages. Now, one of the biggest reasons Cleveland stays affordable is because of our job market. We don't just have one type of job. We've got hospitals, we've got schools, insurance companies, manufacturing, and lots of tech. This mix helps keep things stable. Our unemployment rate usually matches or does better than the national average, which means people can typically find work, but we don't see the crazy bidding wars on homes that happen in cities with fast job booms. It's pretty steady over here, not flashy, and that's what helps keep housing prices in check. For example, the Cleveland Clinic is one of the largest employers in the state, providing thousands of jobs. Universities like Case Western bring in students and faculty who keep rental demand strong. And manufacturers like Sherwin-Williams keep Cleveland tied to steady industries that don't disappear overnight. Now, homes aren't the only thing cheap here. Everyday costs are lower too. Think groceries, utilities, gas, and healthcare. If you earn $60K a year in Cleveland, it stretches a lot farther than $60K in Chicago or LA. And that's why affordability here is about more than just house prices. It's about the full picture of what it costs to live day to day in Cleveland, Ohio. The cost of living index usually sits around 20 to 25%, which is lower than the national average. That means you can live comfortably without needing a six-figure salary. Families especially benefit when lower bills and childcare costs make it easier to save or to own a larger home. Now, taxes in Cuyahoga County, our property tax rates aren't the lowest, but because home prices are lower, the bill still ends up reasonable. For example, if you buy a $200K house here, your yearly taxes will often be less than someone in a bigger city pays for just a few months. So yes, our rates matter, but when you put them together with low home prices, it balances out and keeps overall cost manageable. In fact, many people moving from states such as New Jersey or Illinois, they're shocked at how much less they pay in Cleveland. And even though Ohio taxes aren't the cheapest in the United States, the combo of low home values and steady rates makes them much more manageable. And this helps keep long-term housing costs predictable. For decades, Cleveland was losing people, but in the last several years, that's what started to slow down. And even reverse, we're seeing more young families and professionals moving here because homes are affordable and jobs are steady. Now, this growth isn't huge like what you see in Texas or Florida, but that's actually a good thing. Slow and steady growth means home prices don't spike too quickly. It keeps things balanced for our buyers and our sellers. We're also seeing people move here from bigger, more expensive cities looking for a fresh start. Remote work has made Cleveland even more appealing. Since workers can keep their big city salaries but pay small city housing costs, this shift is slowly helping the population grow again in a healthy, stable way. Now, the city itself has changed a lot too. Downtown looks completely different than it did 20 years ago. Billions of dollars have gone into making neighborhoods walkable, adding parks, and fixing up old buildings. Areas such as Ohio City, Tremont, and Gordon Square, they have become hubs for food, art, and nightlife. Even the lakefront is getting a facelift. These changes make the city more appealing without driving prices out of reach like in some other cities. Now, the goal of these projects isn't just to raise home value, it's to make the city better for the people who already live here. Unlike places where new development prices locals out, Cleveland's growth has been more balanced, which makes the housing market stronger without becoming unaffordable overnight. Now, when people say Cleveland is cheap, it sounds like it's low quality, but really it's about the value. You can buy a solid home here at half the price of the national average, like in a city with great healthcare and schools, and still afford other parts of life. So instead of thinking cheap, think affordable value. That's the real story. A home here gives you space, stability, and long-term potential at a fraction of the cost. Now, for many families, that is life-changing. You could actually build wealth through home ownership without being buried in debt. So what about the future, you may ask? Well, Cleveland's housing market is expected to keep growing, but slowly and steadily. Home prices will likely go up, but not in a way that shuts people out, which is good news for buyers because homes will still be affordable. And it's good news for current owners because your home will keep building value over time. If you're an investor, Cleveland isn't about quick flips. It's about long-term, steady growth and cash flow. This steady growth means Cleveland is less likely to see a major crash compared to boom and bust markets. It's a safe, reliable place to buy whether you're a first-time owner or an investor looking for rental income. It's about stability, not speculation. So let's wrap it up. Cleveland's affordable housing comes from its history, steady job market, lower cost of living, and smart city planning. It's not just cheap, it's value. That value shows up in your monthly budget, your long-term wealth, and your day-to-day quality of life. That's what makes Cleveland stand out and why so many people are giving it a second look. If you're thinking about moving to Cleveland or buying a home here, I'd love to help you figure out the best options. Send me a message saying Market 25 to get my free Cleveland real estate market guide, or click the link down below, the calendar link, to schedule a call with me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more easy, fact-based videos on living in Northeast Ohio. And if you already live in the area and want to buy or sell or upgrade, I can also help you find the right timing and strategy. My goal is to make sure you feel confident every step of the way. If this video helped you out, be sure to leave a like and comment down below. And if you have any videos you want me to do next, comment it down below. See you guys next week.